Okay, well, welcome to Black Petal Gardening. My name is Sia. I am out here in an expected but not very welcome by me a little bit of snow and sleet here in Oregon. We are just outside of Portland, maybe not even 5 minutes outside of Portland, and this is the introductory video for my channel. And I feel like I should start and say this is probably going to be a kind of awkward video because being on camera is not really in my wheelhouse. It makes me very nervous. It actually has taken me a long time to get up the courage to actually do a video, but here we are. So what can I tell you about my goals for this channel? The reason I started it is I wanted to essentially document what I do with my garden. We have lived here for almost 10 years and I've gardened the whole time, so I'm not a novice at it, but I definitely am not an expert, and I haven't really been intentional about how I go about gardening. It's been, go to Home Depot, go to Fred Meyer's, grab some starts, check them in the ground, wink in a prayer, and hope that things go well. And about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I decided, I do want to be more intentional about what I'm doing. So I started watching videos on YouTube, see what information I can glean. And I learned, one of the big things I learned is I need to be more organized. That is not a strong suit of mine, at least as far as gardening is concerned. And if things go right, I have no idea why. If things go wrong, I have no idea why. So I want to be in a position to have a better grasp of what's going on in my garden, why it's happening, and things like that. I did look into gardening planners to see if that might be something that I should do, but knowing myself, I can be fairly clumsy, I get messy, I can just see something where I have to write stuff down just becoming a big huge mess, or I could potentially miss important things, and more likely I'll use it for a couple of weeks and then it'll magically find its way onto a shelf somewhere, never to be used again, and to gather dust like everything else that gets on shelves in our house. So the next thought was, okay, well, maybe I can document things using video. And to me, that would ensure that all the steps that I take, if I am diligent about videotaping them, is videotaping the right word to use when you're using a phone? Probably not. Anyway, if you're filming them, then nothing should get missed, and I should be able to backtrack and see, this is what I did and things turned out really well, or I missed this step and here's potentially the result of that. I don't know if you can really tell, this is our backyard. It is quite a mess. There is quite a bit of work that needs to be done. We are on a decent size lot. It is very urban. You may be able to hear traffic in the background because we're a couple blocks away from a major thoroughfare, so very much an urban backyard garden. But it is not quite half an acre, so lots of room, lots of potential, but oh boy, it is a mess. And though the spirit is weak, the flesh, the spirit is willing, the flesh is kind of weak sometimes, or at least it's tired and in pain a lot. I am getting close to 50. Scott is actually, my fiance, Scott is going to be 50 in a couple of days. So getting out there and maintaining this space been a little bit more than we could actually handle, but we are here, we love the property, and there's a ton of potential to it, and we want to help it realize that potential. So lots of landscaping and backyard projects to be done, whether they're all done by us, which obviously we want to go that route as much as possible so we can save on, you know, the labor and things like that. You know, hopefully we can do a lot of it, but we are not going to put the idea of hiring a professional out of the options. It's more expensive, so we would have to save up for it depending on what the project is, but it is in the realm. It's definitely something that we could probably really use help on, especially if we want something to get done in a reasonable time frame. So documenting those fun adventures of clearing up our yard. Let me tell you, I don't know if you're familiar with Himalayan blackberries. They are extremely invasive, they are nasty, and they are taking over, like, well back way over there. Ooh, my finger looks very large. Way in the back, and it makes me exhausted looking at it. So that is a project that we want to at least start to tackle this year. We'll see how it goes. So, you know, doing the gardening thing, doing the backyard thing, and the other thing that I kind of thought might be interesting or fun is potentially doing little videos where we go and visit different places in our state. Oregon is awash in beautiful, beautiful natural wonders and fun places to be and see and do. And one of the things that we made a priority this past year is to not just go to the places that are our favorites, but to check out places we've never been before. And my thought was, if we haven't been there, maybe a lot of other people haven't, and so maybe taking, you know, kind of doing a travel log sort of thing might be worthwhile, especially since a lot of the attention gets put on places like Haystack Rock on the coast, or Multnomah Falls in the gorge, or our one national park, Crater Lake, and, you know, well deserved, but, you know, this might be a way to bring something new and not necessarily seen a lot to other people's attention. And since we're going to be visiting anyway, why not? Now, my only concern is doing this filming thing. It's not really my strong suit. It is fairly new. I mean, I've done photography before, very hobby photography, but I've done that before, and I feel like this is a little different. Plus, I have a little bit of heartburn about the idea of doing video, like travelogue videos, because I don't want to be that person. And I mean, that person who is out yammering to their phone while they're doing their filming, etc., and not really thinking about other people around them and potentially interrupting or ruining the experience for others. I know you aren't granted a sense of privacy if you're out in public, but I also know I would feel very uncomfortable and unhappy if somebody was filming me without my knowledge or permission. So I need to figure out how to reconcile that. So far, a lot of the places that are kind of new to us don't tend to have a ton of traffic to them, so it may be a moot point for those, but I guess if it comes up, I'll have to figure out what to do. So, yeah, you know what? It is very cold out here. So we're gonna wrap this up as quickly as I can. That's about, you know, that's kind of the content that I'm looking to include. I'm certainly open to ideas and thoughts, opinions, feedback on what you think else might be interesting. I will say that this is very much a hobby. This is going to be a hobby channel, so it's not a chase content sort of thing. And I guess I should put out there, I don't intend to do any like cleaning and organizational videos, and these are just, you know, things that I see on other channels kind of this nature. I like to be in a clean environment. I do like cleanliness around me. I absolutely hate cleaning. It does not bring me joy. I do not get a rush of serotonin or endorphins when I finish cleaning tasks. I am not one of those people at the end who's like, oh my gosh, I feel so great, I'm so glad this is done. No, I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so glad this chore is over. So I don't think a video where I am both miserable and angry at the same time would be something anybody wants to watch, so we won't be doing those. Along kind of the same lines of the travelogue thing and my concerns with that, I won't be doing any day in the life ofs or grocery shopping hauls. I've seen them on other people's channels and they're not really something that I get into. I mean, why would I care how somebody goes about and gets their dry cleaning, or I don't know, takes their mom to go shoe shopping? You know, I don't know. It's not something that draws me in. And I'll be honest, the only thing I can think of when I'm watching somebody wandering around like an Aldi's or Walmart, Costco, Fred Meyer, Kroger, Target is, what are all the other people thinking that are there while this person is kind of blathering on about what they need to buy, what they want to buy, whether this is a good deal, does this fit? I mean, is it really annoying to them? Do they just, you know, kind of roll their eyes and move on with their day? I definitely don't think I could be somebody who kind of blithely goes through and doesn't worry about the people around them. And I don't mean that in like a mean way, like they're purposely ignoring and don't care. Just, I would be so concerned with how other people's are feeling about what I'm doing that I wouldn't be able to concentrate on doing a grocery haul type thing. That I would definitely be super self-conscious. I'm already not super comfortable doing this just to a camera, knowing that other people are going to potentially see this, but to be out in public where strangers might see me doing it, ooh, yeah, I don't think I could just go and do it and not like think about who and what is around me. So and plus I wouldn't want to be videotaping people who haven't given me permission. So yeah, that's not something that is going to be something that I do. There are plenty of channels that do that sort of thing. They're very comfortable with doing it, and so that kind of content's going to be better with somebody who's got more experience with that and enjoys doing that. I'm sure you'll be fine. Don't need that on my channel. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that because the snow is definitely coming down a little harder, and I can hear our dogs in the house barking, probably at one of our neighbors, because apparently you are not allowed to walk in front of our house. But anyway, I think the next video we'll probably do will be a tour, so you can kind of see what we're working with and be amazed and probably horrified by the mess that our yard is. Anyway, I am definitely babbling on, so I'm going to end it here. My fingers are really, really cold. I hope you have a marvelous afternoon, as it is afternoon at this point, whenever and wherever you are. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.